Have a look, ladies and gentlemen, at Kerrith Bajjo. He is a 212 division athlete. This is him last year and this year at the Mr. Olympia event. He went from 7th all the way to 4th place. So he is in runnings for a definite top 3 placing for next year, I would suggest, considering that many people, including myself, had him a little bit higher than that. Most people had him 3rd. Hey, I had him 2nd. But wouldn't have argued if they had him 3rd. Was a little bit shocked, to be honest with you, that he got 4th. But anyway, from 7th to 4th, quite an improvement, but not as big as improvements as Kerrith made on his physique over this past year. Look at this, guys. The size of the wheels. The size of the wheels alone are, that's impressive enough. But the lats have increased in size. You can see some density in the pecs, for goodness sakes. He's not pulling a vacuum, but you can see his abs etched in there just fine. And bicep peaks? Wow! Look like he changed the shape of his bicep peaks, for goodness sakes. So IFBB pros, take notice. This guy would be a top 10 in the open class, dare I say. But I want to have these stars stay in this division. And Keon Pearson, obviously the 212 champion. Kerrith was also snapping a nice little aesthetically pleasing pose. But unless they're doing the exact same pose, it's hard to really gauge the improvements that he has made. But personally, hey, I think it is an improvement the way he hits this shot now. Turn to the side, and Kerrith Bajjo. This one, at first glance, it's less noticeable. But trust me, the pounds and inches of muscle on those legs, you can tell. First and foremost, but he has opened up more, I think, last year. And it makes you look a little bit bigger. But take a close look. Take a gander. I don't know what a gander is, but I think it's the opposite of a goose. Take a peek, if you will, at his far pec. Look at the thickness. So he has improved, not only in condition, I wager to say, but size as well. So that's really the only thing that a top pro bodybuilder can do. Put on size and condition. Now, when you turn around, you can see Kerrith, I believe he had some trouble opening up those lats, because I'm pretty sure he was opening up those lats before last year's Olympia, and it looked a little bit better than this. So, a lot of things can go wrong. I do a lot of posing myself. Sometimes not much muscle there, but I flex it anyway. And sometimes my lat will cramp up. And sometimes my hamstring will cramp up. And you can't really pose. Maybe that happened. I don't know. But either which way, I do not think that he would have been able to open up like he did this year. Look at this. Look at this. So, take all things into consideration. Would the difference have been this much if he was able to actually open up last year? I think the difference would have been quite substantial, to be honest with you. Dan. And the lower half speaks for itself. Put on some inches, I believe, did Kerrith Bajjo on those wheels. So, maybe doing some squat thrusts. Who knows? Who knows? Actually, watch his Instagram. Follow his Instagram. You can see a lot of his workouts. Now, the rear double will give us a very good glimpse, or a good idea, of the improvements that he has made on the lats. Obviously, the rear lat definitely showed improvements, but it was more about the striking of the shot. But here, he seems to be posing a lot better. Not only that, but he is a lot bigger. And of course, guys, bodybuilding is all about the illusion. So it would be interesting to know how much more. I mean, I think it's obvious that he is heavier. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was only a few pounds, a few quality pounds to these guys. I mean, you slap on some clay, imagine 6-7 pounds of clay. How much you could do that? Slap on some delts. Geez, that would be fun if you could just, slap on some clay. Now, the abs and thigh was the pose that I was most excited about. How could a dude transform his abs? The guys that are at the top level, the IFBB, Hattie Shupin aside, I guess Andrew Jack aside. I mean, if they had some crisp abs like this, I guess Nick Walker has a lot of separation in the abs too. But this waistline, all right, some of them have abs, but some of them don't. Some of them don't, and they should take lessons from Kerrith Bajjo. He had the best waistline on the 212 division. Maybe one of the other guys placed a little bit lower had a decent set of abs, but this here was the finest set of abs. Radislav Angelov, I think he had a nice little six-pack too. But having said that, guys, more than just the six-pack, look at the lats. Look at the hard density in the chest. You can see that, the chest fibers, a lot thicker. So Kerrith Bajjo, he went and just went into another gear. Here's the most muscular, and look at those abs. Look at those abs, guys. He must be doing, hold on a second, I'll Google it. Sit-ups. You do sit-ups. He must have been doing sit-ups to improve the abs. And the chest, he was probably doing the bench press. The bench press. Dumbbell press, also a popular one. Of course, Kerrith, he's an IFBB, top IFBB pro. He probably goes to a gym with all kinds of fancy equipment. See, I work out in a barn. And you get a barn quality physique. Kerrith Bajjo, top quality physique. He's obviously using top quality equipment. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Kerrith, obviously one of my favorite IFBB pros. You guys know that if you're following me for years. Things of that nature. And I'll always be a little bit biased in these comparisons. But I guess when you're comparing Kerrith versus Kerrith, you can't lose, right? But I call it like it is. If he's losing a pose against somebody, I'll admit it. Hit thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Have a great one.